All right, check this out. Whoa. All right, check this out. I was gonna do like an actual intro or something like that, like try to do something spicy, but then I saw this. Right? I saw this. Let me just play it. And I'm like, look at Shell, man.
I'll give you an unforgettable
Now,
memory.
obviously, I know what Shell looks like because I have her, right? I was like, okay, okay. It kind of spoiled a little bit of the animation for me.
With this, you'll become my masterpiece.
And I was like, okay, what Corgi looking like? I was like, oh my
before anyone else sees it.
God. Look at this dude. Got the whole bagpipe, he dished the little flute. Crazy explosions, and I was like, okay, so what's Chadi gonna look like? I was like, that's cute. And I was like,
I'm not afraid if I'm with Jessica.
oh my, yo, she. This might be, wait, what? Oh. Alright, we already know about that. Bro, this might be the only time, like, Synergy was cool and all, but doesn't I really want to get all of them? Like, Corgi looks crazy, Chatty looks crazy. I don't know, man. Chatty actually looks like she would be better off as not like a tank anymore, like or something. Anyway, this is a Shell video, right? This is her review, so let's review. What's going on, guys? It's your boy Cash, and today's video is going to be about the loveliness that is Shell. Now, Shell is a really cool character, but actually, like I've said, I think that she was actually a decent character beforehand. It's just that Janai was never that good, and when she did become good, some people was like, oh, Shell, once Shell gets a buff, she's gonna be, you know, pretty good. Now, I don't know if people knew that she was going to get a buff. That she's actually wasn't that bad to begin with, but now they added all that crazy stuff onto her FC. So let's first just start off with the loveliness that is the base unit, so we can get a little glimpse of what those stats look like. All right, so we have the lovely thing here, which is going to be her base stats. She's gonna have highest HP because she is a support. So her HP is going to be high. Defense is low, which is good because we already know we want that defense a little bit low, just in case Schmid wants to come through. Well, wait, I always forget. Schmid is defense. I forget his base defense. 600, 964. Yeah, so we're good. In case we want some master's footsteps going on. Attack is low, so she'll definitely be under tranquil and all that other good stuff. But her hit is 99, which is kind of a little crappy, you know, for a character that you do want to hit a lot of stuff, you know, for all her weird debuffs now that she's gonna have. Dodge is also 99, just like, I don't know why they just slightly put it below 100, you know. I don't know, it's annoying. But attack speed is what needs to be talked about. So 74 attack speed means that she's about, like, I always consider a character like that, third or fourth going to go. Like, you know, they're not too slow, they're not going last, but they will get a turn, and they'll definitely have some mana, because based on who's, you know, how your formation is looking like, they'll definitely have some mana by the time they get to go. So let's just go into the skills really quickly, because I definitely want to spend more time talking about her FC than actually her. And I guess we can talk about this now that we're here, you know, just to kind of touch onto it real quick. I guess it also looks at her skills. I mean, this whole system, I don't know how I'm going to introduce it into each of my reviews, but it's going to be, you know, something. I don't know. I guess I'll figure it out. But as you guys know, like, you can go down these paths. You do have to spend the ZEUZ up front first. And then you can see here status effect immunity for one time. It looks like it's one time, I guess, when it's a single target move, but it's 2 times sometimes when it's an AoE support move. That's just how they do it. Granting status effect immunity is not going to be a huge deal. I think the best thing you can do as far as PvP is to put this on the character that does get affected by the banga, or one character that you don't want to get stunned if you see that they have a stun on their unit. But I mean, the regular buff is still going to be good. The essence of art, giving attack and remove status effects anyway. So you remove status effects and give it immunity and gain 1 mana. Not that bad. And then we have the clown's performance, deals additional 8% of max health. This is why people were like, you should go red. But I did demonstrate in the last video I just posted is that, you know, it's not gonna give it too much damage, and like I really don't care her doing damage. Then again, building HP in general is not a bad thing at all. But I do want to mention, just keep in mind that, you know, if you want to put Garth in there, you kind of don't want her to have crazy HP. If you want her to be under Garth, you just want to be careful of that, because sometimes you don't want to have to switch gears if you want to use Garth in a comp. And I think Garth in general, giving HP and defense to her and other characters is going to be a little bit more important than her doing some damage. You know, you got your damages in there for her. You don't need her to be doing that much damage. But it does do the hallucinate, as you guys know, reduces the hit by 30% for a few turns if they are charmed, which means you do need Janai in order to get that in there, and that's why before there was no purpose of even bringing her. You also have this, the cleanse 3, that gets a little bit better, where it reduces damage taken by 30%. Now it's really good that our first character that we're doing is a support with an unleashed potential, because I think that this has to definitely be tested. If anything, I would probably go for that first, because this passive is just crazy. Overtime effect does mean that she has to be alive in order for it to work, but reduces damage. It doesn't say physical or magical, just the damage in general against all allies by 30%. I would go for that first. Like if I unlock this, that's the first thing I'm going for, because that's just a strong passive. The other ones, like the more offensive oriented unleashed potentials, I would probably go with their skills that I don't like they get 1 mana or some stupid stuff like that for their actual passive. But for the supports, I definitely think you should unlock that one first. Hero story. So she's 26 years old, the leader of the Phantasmagoria. Just look at the skills. I already talked about what they do, but just to look at the differences. So she got this little creepy thing. She's always controlling, and it's kind of just here, and it's always look kind of weird like. This is the S1, Essence of Art. Does that thing, and it kind of drips onto the person. And then last but not least, you do a dance. Oh. All right, let's try that again.
It's showtime. Do a dance.
With the clouds? Yes, there we go. Look at this, like, where is it? Where's my dude? Rolling up. 1, 2, and this guy comes out of the mother. I've always liked that. The guy's like lagging a little bit behind. But like, let's go over to the FC. Let's get to it. I mean, I have to say it one more time. The skin on this, I mean, the design on this is just too clean. It looks too clean. From just the idea, I think that it's one of the smartest ideas that I think that they ever had, as far as like going into the past is cool, but like also upgrading a character, like futurizing a character, just a really cool idea, because this is like something that an artist would have drawn. Let's see that auto attack. Like now it's so much cleaner. This thing looks creepy as hell. Really cool thing, guys. Check it. Now you can hold that down, and now you can scroll. Good quality of life. Like that's definitely all of us complaining for a long time to get something like that. So first you have the increased dodge for self by 40 and attack by 1,000 when attacked. She has to get attacked for this to happen. All dimension leap marks on self are removed after a successful dodge. So we're gonna look at that. Night Carnival, I'll show you guys that, but yeah, you just increase your crit. Nothing too crazy there. Pretty straightforward. And then of course the puppet show. If a character is charmed, they will be hit with the puppet show mark. If an enemy marked with puppet show dies, it reduces the block of all other characters. So pretty straightforward, honestly. Like it's just really debilitating the enemy team, really screwing them over. And then obviously with the skill, okay,
Let's start the fight.
I guess she just wants to show that. Okay, I'll get to actually look at this in slow motion. Oh wow, like a body comes out. Oh my, that is so creepy. Wow, it's a whole fucking person.
So beautiful.
That's insane. Like actually when it's like sped up in like ×2, you really don't actually get to see that. That's crazy. And that was this skill, right? Yeah, that's the skill that hits everyone. Now as you guys can see now, if they're charmed, it would increase the attack of all the enemies when they're hit. So which is great, because then like you debilitate them, so you don't have to worry about a strong counter attack or wrath counters or anything like that. Also, if the target is charmed, it will remove any barriers and then put nullify barrier on them, so there'll be no weird barrier shenanigans going on, which is nice. I feel like that's definitely more PvP than anything else, and it still reduces the hit by 30, so making that it's going to be harder for them to hit. Now this is probably the contention. Like as I was saying, I think that you should still go green on her because you want to eventually dodge. I do think that this her being in the meta, becoming such a strong unit, people are gonna definitely maybe start putting hit on their character. So you do want her to dodge. I do think that there's going to be something that counters that. Either it's going to be in the next FC set, or it's going to be a character maybe towards the end that counters her. Like there's gonna be something that counters that, because she's not that slow, if you guys get what I'm saying. So like if you build up your Janai and she's really, really strong, she has a very, very high attack, and you always charm the enemy team, once she gets this move off, it's pretty much over. Especially with the fact that it only costs 2 mana to do it. Like she's always gonna do this. But as we said and stated before, oh god, stop it. She just does whatever she wants. I thought this move looked insanely nice too. Look at this. Does that little swirly around, even the little old school effect, like it's like a horror movie kind of thing. Sucks, takes the soul out of that. And then she blesses the person next to her. Oh, that animation is crazy. But Curtain Call is the same thing as the attack boost. It is now better, as you guys can see. It does still do the remove status effects. It gains 3 mana instead of just 1, and it will grant the status effect immunity still, but it also is going to reset the target's turn, which is insane. So you have a lot of flexibility with this character, especially as we know with Schmitty and Jensen, that turn resetting is pretty good. Awakened Xeon turn resetting is really good. He has to be under Master's Footstep for it to matter. But this whole aspect of giving certain characters turns over and over again, even if we wanted to go with a generic combination like Annie on the team with a fast character like Rara or Deva, to let them, you know, let Rara do the first AoE, and then Shell's turn comes up and then she does it again. Let's say you don't have them charmed, or maybe you just think you have enough damage that once you give Rara that extra turn, that she'll be able to finish everything off. Another cool thing is that if you have a faster buffer, I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. Actually, no, it does matter. I'm about to second guess myself. Let's say if you have a character that is faster, like Yao. If you have Yao on the team that is faster than Shell, Yao can actually give a buff, and then you can give her an additional, give another character additional buff. So you can have like a double attack boosted, double cleave. Like this is stuff you would only see in like Epic 7 or possibly even Summoner's War, like these double cleaves, like a one cleave into another one, or things like that. So you can really do some crazy stuff with this, because the only other character that I knew that was able to give an extra turn was kind of like Lepin, but Lepin, it was kind of weird. You couldn't really choose who was going to go on to. It was the lowest HP, and if you were to do it when your team is all full HP, you had no idea who was going to go on. So it was just kind of weird. But now you have a lot of more control over who's getting an extra turn. And then of course, if you have Schmid, you have a lot, everyone's getting an extra turn as long as they're under the prey. So it's just this addition to the game. I think that's why I feel like she's such a necessary character. She's adding a little bit too much flexibility, and that's what a really good character does. They add flexibility, so it allows you to do and get away with more bullshit than you normally would. I can't go into PvP. I could try maybe my guild battle, so I'll maybe try that, but let's first go into PvE.
Is this the power of the Dragon Emperor?
Alright, so here we are. As you guys, we can see all the funny, cool stuff. So let me click on Shell herself, and we'll be able to look at the Night Carnival right here. This is that little hooded icon that you guys will see on your characters. That's just that means that, oh, those characters have crit. If she dies, like I said, it will go away. Now, you can also look on the enemy team here, and you'll see that they're Fear the Abyss, Charmed, and the Puppet Show. This is the first turn, so like I said before, the Puppet Show is automatically going to be applied as soon as the match starts, as long as they're, you know, in there. So we're gonna do this lovely move. It's not gonna kill. I mean, it shouldn't. This is a path of trial, so
Let's start the final stage.
boom.
So beautiful.
So now the hallucinate, dodging. Those are the two counters, right? So she did 2 dodges, and as you can see, let me go back to Shell. She probably doesn't have that thing. This is attack speed. That's just them from Janai. So since I already dodged, this actually answers a question that I was curious about, that if she did 1 dodge for the first dodge or whatever like that, would she still get the mark? And it seems like no, so it is working as intended, unfortunately for me. But as you can see, the enemy team is grossly screwed. They have hallucinate, their attack is down, and attack defense can't be removed, and then they also have the decreased attack from Shell. This is from the Shell, right? It does show that it has a turn here, 10 turns, Attack decrease, this one is from Janai. I know the one that says it can't be removed is from Janai. You should be able to actually cleanse it. I'll only be able to test that out in future PvP videos when I'll have someone else put it on me and then I'll cleanse it off myself. Like my whole team, it's crazy because my whole team, I feel like I'm not even threatened by anything. Like there's like they might hit me, but if they do hit me, it's not going to do damage. And then they also have their hit reduced, so the likelihood of them doing damage even in general is just too low. And then boom, what's cool about the whole thing with the puppet show, it doesn't matter who kills the character. As you can see, the block is going to just spread to everybody else regardless. So there we go again. Just gonna screw over. In this stage specifically, I can't hit these characters. I can't hit the middle character until everything goes away, but who cares? Like it's so the amount of pressure that she's applying is amazing. And also, if you guys don't know, as you can see, Frankie here, his turn's about to come up. I've explained this before, but giving someone a turn reset, like giving them an extra turn per round, they do go twice, regardless. So I would actually give this to Frankie, right? Give it to Frankie, just to show you guys that how it works. So you can, it doesn't actually matter, even though his turn's gonna come up, right? So he's gonna be able to do 2 moves. This is the additional turn, and then this is his actual turn. So be aware that you can do that. So even in other games, usually if you were to give a character another turn, like to give them a turn, they actually would just, it's just wasted. Oh, like, oh, you weren't paying attention or something like that. Especially for how fast she is, thank God they do that. So just be aware you can give someone a double turn. I like to give a double turn sometimes to a Banga so they can instantaneously get Heart Strike up. There's so many different good applications for it. It's ridiculous. Easy money. Give me that 400 as well. I could keep going here, but that's not the point. See, yeah, I don't have a guild fight for you guys, so that'll be another video. I'll just make a video specifically titled using her in PvP or something like that. I do want to get as much as I can, so it will be, I'll use her in there, I'll use her many places, but I think that you guys should get the gist of it. It's just that she's the new Iris. Like Iris, when she came in, she was such a strong support, just because of how much she gave to the team, how much she did for the team. And Shell, you do need. Now, yes, with Janai, she's amazing, and like I said, you do have to work on your Janai. Like you really have to work on her. Make sure she has the highest attack possible. Like kind of how people worked on Bathory to make sure everyone's under Tranquil. You might have to sacrifice, you know, having an amazing Bathory and to have an amazing Janai, because honestly with Janai, lowering everyone's attack speed from the beginning of the fight is insanely important to do, especially in PvP. So it's kind of mixing stuff up, and I do like it. And Janai was always a pretty good character once she got her FC skin anyway. So just for reference, mine is like 3600, which is not crazy because I know some people have it in, oh, I can actually show you, because look at that daily tournament, instantaneous loading, love it. I'm pretty sure one of these people have a Janai. This is Spike. As we know, he's one of the biggest whales in the game. He does really good, and there's one over here, so we have 2 things to compare it to. So his has 7,000 attack. So just to give you a perspective of someone like a high end game Janai, so 7,000 attack, anything that's below that is going to be charmed, and then you have Shell on the team. So this is obviously within a week, so you'll probably see Shell on his team. Will probably take out Adams or something like that. He could, yeah, he'll probably take out Adams most likely, and then boom, his team is pretty much right back to what it was, but even more vicious. And looking at his Janai over here, his 6,000, so his I guarantee his whole team is gonna get charmed, right? Yeah, everyone on his team. Look, oh my God, his Iris is like 5,000. It's crazy, and this one's 6,000. Yep. So since the enemy team doesn't have 7,000 attack, he, like I said, he put all his focus and love into Janai. All he has to do is add Shell onto this team. And remember, when you are slowed by a Janai's charm, yes, then Shell has a higher chance of going first before some of these other characters and things like that. So it's insane how much power she's gonna provide to a really well-fed whale like Spike is, but also for anyone else, as long as you are keeping up and focusing strongly onto that character. So you don't really need to focus too much on Shell, too much. And that's exactly why I would still suggest that you guys go with the nature, because if you look at here, like fire does give you 5,000 HP, right? If you go pull fire, but you sacrifice losing 3,000 HP, right? Per awakened set, right? But you also get some dodge in there. Now you can even, in my opinion, leave her if you don't want to awaken her, you don't have the resources or whatever. Maybe just leave her at 20, because you would need 2 of these to kind of bypass this. but you do get the HP anyway. So I just think that, you know, just going nature would still be your best bet. But guys, watch out. I guarantee that with this coming into the meta, you might start seeing machine guardian stones, like people getting this hit, because before they couldn't even get hit from the awakening sets, but now they have two ways to get it, either with darkness or by going machine. I do think that maybe slowly but surely people might get some hit so that they can bypass this whole dodging stuff if it becomes crazy. Because remember, as I predict that the dimensional leap is going to be on all these characters, and Chatty's not that bad of a character. She's never been that bad of a character. She just, you know, just stronger characters. But with giving her this weird dodging ability, she might just be able to sit there forever, keep giving out barriers. Yeah, Gel has a way to cancel it, but that's only if you have a strong Janai. So it all stems from having a strong Janai no matter what. The best time to play Exos, if I know some of you guys watch my videos to see, this is the best time to come back if you've been looking for a chance to come back. This update's good. But again, let me know how you guys feel. Like, comment, and subscribe, and remember that every day at the Kashino is your lucky day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.